This is Joel, another episode of Phantom Talks. And today I want to talk to you about scam and spam. One of my pet peeves is people that don't pick up their phone when their caller is not on their contacts list. It's just because I do have a couple of phone numbers that I usually dial people through. So, sometimes they don't have that number and they don't pick up. I think the issue here is the number of spam calls that you get. It's ridiculous. I personally get tons of spam calls every single day, and it's ridiculous. It's very tiring, and they waste your time. And the most important thing here is that some people are vulnerable and they fall prey to these scammers, and they reveal personal information that they can use to steal their identity, steal money from their bank account. They scam them by telling them to buy gift cards and pay them, and things like that. So it's very bad, and it's a big issue. It's not just calls, but also emails, and this is a big scam in general, no pun intended. I want to talk to you about like a couple of ways to address these issues and try to help you avoid some of these scams. Number one rule: never reveal any personal information over the phone, especially if you did not initiate a call. So if you get a call from your bank account, from your bank, and they're telling you like there's an issue with your account, and you need to resolve it, and you need to identify yourself, and they're the ones initiating the call, just right away tell them no. I'll call you back, and then I'll resolve this issue myself, or I'll go to the branch or something like that. So never give out any personal information if you're not initiating the call. Now, if you get a call like that, it might be legit. Last week I got a call from my bank telling me that, there's an issue in my account and I need to resolve it. So I said like, okay, that's great. So I'm going to call you guys back and then I'm going to resolve this issue. The reason for that is if you get a call, they might spoof the number and it might look like they're calling you from the bank, but they're not. So the only way to know that you're really calling the bank and talking to the bank is by you calling them yourself. Now, don't fall prey on calling them back on the same number that they called you. Just look up their number on their website, the back of your credit card, debit card, or if you still use the yellow pages, then go for that and find it there. That way, you're guaranteed to be talking to the bank. The easiest scam to detect is when they call you and they don't know any of your information. For example, you might get a call. I get a ton of these calls about my car warranty expiring. They tell me your car warranty is about to expire and we're going to offer you an extended warranty. So they ask me, what's your year, make, and model, and what's your first and last name? That is a clear sign of a scam because they don't know who you are and they're just trying to fish some information out of you. Always decline those. Never give out your personal information. If you want an extended car warranty, you will be able to find that online. Just do a search and you will be able to find that information really quickly. Again, because they would ask you for your payment information if you want to buy these extended warranties. So do not give that out of the phone. You don't know who you're talking to. And then you might lose that credit card information and they might use it for fraudulent claims and purchases. So don't do that. The other type of scam is, this one is very clever, and I've gotten one of these recently, one of these calls. They call you, the person calling is a scammer. So they're talking to you about like some car insurance or things like this. And they're offering you some like, some lame discounts or whatever that was that they're offering me. And again, I usually like to, for scientific purposes, I like to play with them and just pretend that I'm really interested in what they're offering. So I'm the guinea pig here. So I'm doing this for you guys. So the guy called me. He's like, "Hey, we got to get a very good discount for you on your car insurance, and we'd like to offer you blah blah blah." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'm interested." So what's your name? My name is I don't know, John Doe. I didn't tell him that. I told him like a more ridiculous name. But anyway, he fell for it, and then here's what he did. He actually connected me to a real insurance company. I'm not going to mention who the company was, but he actually did a three-way call and he connected me with the real insurance company. And he was a real agent. So it was as if I was going to give him my real information and he was just eavesdropping on the call to get that information. So just be careful with those because the scammer would initialize the call, but then he would actually connect you to a real agency or a real company, and then there will be a listening in to collect that information. So again, that goes back to the premise of do not ever give out any personal, financial, or any kind of sensitive information over the phone if you're not initiating the call. Do not respond to emails that are asking you for um, payments because you have some IRS debt or something like that. That's mostly a scam. The IRS will never reach out to you via email. If they have something, they'll reach out to you via postal mail. So you get a letter on your inbox or your postal mailbox indicating any issues. Never respond to any IRS issues via phone or email. That's most likely a scam. And the other thing is passwords. This is a big issue. Some of these spam emails, they send you an email saying like, "Hey, we got your password, and we got compromising pictures of you. So if you don't pay us via Bitcoin, which is pretty much untraceable, then we're gonna reveal these these pictures that we have of you that are very compromising." So the other thing is make sure you have your passwords set properly, and also don't use the same password for every site. I know it's easy. There's a lot of sites out there. You have a bajillion passwords. Whatever you have, it's bad. Don't use the same password because some of these sites are not the best sites that you might sign up for, and they use your password and they store as plain text. That means if someone gets access to their database, they will have access to your password. They'll see your password, and they'll be able to try that password in other sites. The best practice for this is to hash the password, and what that means for those of you that are not tech savvy is it's just a one-way hash, which pretty much means your password is 1234, and then it gets encrypted into a non-readable format. It's a bunch of letters and numbers that it's just one way. So there's no way you can get that back from the hash password. You cannot get back the original password, and everyone will be unique. So if you have a password that's 123, which again, don't use that because that's bad. And if I have a password that's 123 and they're both hashed, they'll both have a different hash. So there's no way that they will know that those two passwords are the same. So that's a good way of storing passwords on sites. But personally, one time, maybe it was like maybe 6 years ago, I signed up for a site, which I don't remember what site that was. And sometimes you do forget your password, right? So there's a forget password link. We click on that, and then they usually send you an email with a reset link and things like that. But this site in particular, when I click forget password, they actually send me my password via email. So what does that mean? They store my password in plain text. So if someone had access to a database, they would have access to my password. So bad. So that's why I usually recommend to use different passwords for different sites, different applications. And I know it's a hassle, but the best way to do that is using a password manager. So you should definitely use a password manager, so that way you only know one password to the password manager, and then all your passwords will be unique, and they will be very hard for someone to find out what your password is for anything. Hopefully this has been an insightful experience, and I'll be sharing more of these details with you guys in the future about my personal experiences to make sure I help you guys, and hopefully it prevents some of these scams from happening, and it kind of helps some people from falling prey to these type of scams. So that is it for this episode. I'll see you next week with another episode of Phantom Talks.